Okay, good morning. Kenny Jacobs from Bloomington, Illinois. My channel is about golf and golf instruction, as well as Bible prophecy and living in the last days. I'm going to try to make this video short, or I should say not make it too long. This is a very important video I want to shoot this morning, so let's just get right into it. It's wintertime. People are playing or wanting to work on their golf games, and this is a great time of year to really develop an image in your mind of a golf swing that you want to make. Pick a tour player that you like, say Adam Scott or Justin Rose or Hunter Mahan or Tiger Woods, whatever. Some golf swing that you really like and you like to watch, and you feel like it fits you. And then watch it over and over and over. Stop it. Stop it at key positions like the top of the backswing or halfway back on the takeaway or at impact, and look at their follow through and play it over and over and over. Get that image in your head as solid as you can get it. And then in slow motion, in front of a mirror, work on those same positions and walk through your swing. Swing in slow motion while watching the video of them swing. It's just constant, correct repetition with the right focus on what you're wanting to feel and what you're wanting to look like and the positions you're trying to get into. And then you speed it up over time until you can eventually do it at regular speed. I said eventually do it. People want to hit 2 or 3 balls and then they think, okay, I got it. It doesn't work that way. Even for a tour player, it takes a lot of practice. Excuse me. And a lot of repetition. And you have to do the same thing over and over and over and over. But you always have to have that image in your head of what you're talking about and what you're trying to see and feel. Golf is played by feel once it gets right down to it. You can't play golf with your mind cluttered with a bunch of swing thoughts. And the only way you can get this is to slow down. Just like learning a new song on a guitar or something. You got to play it slow first, and you got to get it correct. And you play it over and over, and then later on you can play it with nice tempo and rhythm at a regular speed. There's no way to learn changes to a golf swing at normal speed. That's the biggest mistake people make on the range practicing, is they just hit balls normal speed. You're not going to make a change that way. Do it slow, do it piece by piece, do it in stages, hold each stage, hold that position, get a feel for it, look at it, and repeat it over and over and over. Keep that image in your head clear at all times. When I used to play a lot of golf back in the early 90s, Fred Couples was a great player, and he hit a shot at Augusta on number 14 in 1992, the year he won. And it was just a great swing, and the contact sounded really just perfectly solid, and I used to watch that swing over and over and over back in the days of VHS tapes. I'd rewind it, watch it, rewind it, watch it, rewind it, watch it, and I would do that over and over right before I went out and played. In fact, I watched that swing so much that I wore that swing off with a tape. You need a clear image in your head that you can focus on. And that will really help you, especially if you practice it in slow motion. Okay, now I want to talk a little bit about a different image. And if you watch my channel, you watch my videos, I will not shy away from controversy. I will not shy away from telling you the truth. Period. That's what this is. The whole purpose of this channel is to help you with your golf game, get you thinking clearly about what to focus on with golf. But also, and probably more, and definitely more importantly, to get you thinking clearly about what's going on in the world and help you understand where we're really at in time and help you to be ready. So here we go. One of my favorite books of the Bible is the book of Daniel. It's a very prophetic book. It's also a history book. It talks about fulfilled prophecies at this point that happened back in history and what's going to happen here in these last days. And King Nebuchadnezzar, in the book of Daniel, built a statue of an image, a golden image of himself. And then he required all the people to bow down and worship the image of himself that he built whenever they heard the music played. And if they did not bow down and worship his image, then they were going to get cast into a burning fiery furnace and killed. So, of course, most people bowed down to that image. But there were 3 guys named Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego who did not bow down. And I just want to read, kind of paraphrase and read a little bit of this story, because it's a very powerful story, and it has big end time, which I'll get to in just a second, implications. King Nebuchadnezzar made an image of gold whose height was 60 cubits. And then he commanded all the peoples and nations and languages, when you hear the sound of the music, to fall and bow down and worship the image of King Nebuchadnezzar. And who does not fall down shall immediately be cast into a burning fiery furnace. And then the king's people who worked for him basically came to him and said, there are certain Jews among you who do not serve your gods or worship the golden image you have set up. This made Nebuchadnezzar furious. And he came to the guys, and he gave them another chance and said, if you will bow down and worship this image, you will be fine. But if you do not, you'll be cast into this fire. And here is one of the most powerful parts of the entire Bible. And it says, O Nebuchadnezzar, we have no need to answer you in this matter. If this be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of your hand, O king. But if not, be it known to you, O king, that we will not serve your gods or worship the golden image that you have set up. He said, but if not, meaning even if God doesn't save us from this burning fire, we are still not going to serve you. That's powerful. So the king bound them and tossed them into the fire. And then it says, King Nebuchadnezzar was astonished. And he said, did we not cast 3 men bound into the fire? And they said, yes, king, that is true. And he answered, but I see 4 men unbound, walking in the midst of the fire, and they are not hurt. And the appearance of the 4th is like the Son of God. Why am I telling you that story? Well, here we go. Because the Obamacare bill is evil. Period. That bill is going to start, I feel, the last end time events in full force. John Kerry is over in Israel trying to get the peace deal that Daniel talks about in chapter 9. It's coming. They want it by spring. The Obamacare bill is being forced upon all of us, and none of us want it. They can't even make the thing work. There's an RFID chip in the bill. By 2017, you have to get the RFID chip. It's part of the Obamacare bill. And I'm telling you right now, I will not ever get the Obamacare bill. I will never get that insurance. I will never log on to that website. All they want to do is collect data about you when you get on that website. I am not going to bow down to that image. I will not get the RFID chip. I don't care what that means. I know what my true feelings are with God. The final 7 years in this earth, of this age, is basically going to be a burning fiery furnace. And everybody is going to have to choose, who are you going to serve? Are you going to serve the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, the only true person who deserves worship? Or are you going to bow down to the images that are set up? Will you be forced to go against your beliefs? You know, years ago I never would have been able to do these videos. There's no way. But time is short. And this is so important. If you're not willing to speak to other people about your faith, if that's too embarrassing to you, do you really think in the last days, when it comes down to worship God or worship the current new world order and the beast, or die, which one you're going to choose? I love talking about end time events. And it's unreal. I talk to people about it all the time. And as you can tell, I'm very excited about it. Why am I excited? Because I know how it ends. I know the good guys win. On God's timing, I know I'll either be taken to heaven with the rest of the believers before all of the real bad stuff of God's wrath at the end takes place. Or if his timing is not that, then and I'm still here at that point, I know what will happen. I know where I'm going. End time events and Bible prophecy does not scare me. If it scares you, maybe it's because you're not ready. Get your heart ready. I can't ask and beg you enough. Time is short. Look into this stuff. Go to YouTube. Search Walmart Obamacare machine. There are machines in some of the Walmarts. I'm sure eventually they'll be in all of the Walmarts. About Obamacare, you sit down, there's an Obamacare machine. And in that machine, and you can see it on the videos, there is a place to put your right hand underneath an RFID chip reader. Why is that? Because you're all going to have an RFID chip if you get Obamacare. That is the mark of the beast. Revelation chapter 13, he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their forehead or their right hand. And you can't buy or sell unless you have the mark. And whoever has the mark is committed to worship the beast and will lose your soul. Those days are here. I know it sounds hard to believe. I know people think that's crazy. Research it yourself. Watch the news. Watch what's going on. I can't encourage you enough. Get ready for these end times. Days are short. Jesus is coming and he wants you to be ready. He wants you to be saved. Thank you.